Today I'm going to show you how to slap a pair of D-pens on your leaky tap, or flood your kitchen. Either way, let's get her going. Alright, let's get to it. So first things first, you're going to want to remove a bunch of items you've never seen before from a place you've never been. Next, you're going to want to turn off the water valve for your dishwasher for no reason at all. That doesn't do anything, no big deal. Oh, the camera's been on for less than a dime, and he's already throwing out the baby with the bathwater. Careful there, big boy, you're losing him. Once you're done that, it's time to make like an extra chromosome and head on down. Once you're in the basement, you want to find the water shut-off valve to the house and slap it to closed. You do this by caveman fumbling with all of them until you get the result you want. Seems easy enough. Then it's back upstairs to find your cat sniffing around the job site you made clear was not his food dish earlier. Now toss a set of crab claws you grabbed on the counter and turn on the tap. You're going to want to stare at it for an excessive amount of time while you slowly begin to realize that you bit off more than you could chew. Oh, camera's rolling though, no turning back now. Then just turn the tap off and back on a few times, because it couldn't just be the water bleeding off or anything. Then it's right back downstairs to double check your work, because there's just no way you did things right the first time. So at this point, you'll be getting desperate. And so it's time to turn anything that looks like a valve without asking any questions. The fact that your girlfriend had no hot water for her shower the next day was a coincidence, and had nothing to do with you shutting off the gas valve and gagging the pilot light. Then it's back upstairs to continue lowering the property value of your house. Oh, and would you look at that? This video may work out after all. Might be snatching the batch before they hatch with that one. Now it's time to get down to business. Once you're in the cradle, make like a baby and start grabbing anything within reach until you find the end of one of those stems there. Now, those things should just spin off by hand, but you're gonna have your doubts. You only scored a wet noodle grip on the grip test at the movie theater arcade, and that pretty much blacked out your self-esteem. But you won't be able to handle a defeat like that again, so failure here is not an option. Now, gravity's a bitch, and there's gonna be some water spillage. So just do a quick spot check of the pipe's integrity with your face and then reflect on a lifetime of bad decisions that led you to thinking this was a good idea. Then it's time to find an unflattering angle to film yourself from while cleaning up the water with a towel. Okay, now it's time to grab the wrong tool for the job and fumble with the nut holding down the old tap. Once you've installed a sufficient amount of rust particles in your eyes, it's time to get your hands on some big boy tools and slap a diaper under your workspace. Now, it's probably a good idea to pay attention to what you're doing. Like, for instance, if one of your cock rings gets stuck on the end of your dinky there. Because if you don't, before you know it, you'll get a knock on the door from Mr. Phelps looking to do the front crawl in your kitchen. Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, and before you know it, she'll come off there. So once you get the nut off of there, no pun intended, just pull the rig out and try not to vomit because the gasket looks unsavory and you've got an overdeveloped gag reflex. Misspent youth. Then just do a subpar job of cleaning your workspace and prepare for installation. Alright, so in the box that your new tap came in, there's going to be some instructions. You're going to want to disregard them entirely because you built a box for it on a sleepover one time and that basically makes you a pro. Can't read anyway. Then just fumble with the assembly for a while until it fits in there just well enough to get a passing grade. Points for showing up, bud. Then just tear the bag open like a gorilla and grab your twisters. Alright, now it's time to head back under the sink and impersonate a pretzel until you manage to throw your back out. Snug up the twister and loosen it off again while fighting the urge to turn off the camera and look at the instructions. Then install the 3 screws that came in your package there and snug up the rig before giving your cat the scoots and harassing him for a bit. So at this point, you're probably going to start to question whether the guy at the hardware store even worked there. Because he said everything you need is in the box, but you since learned that was false. Wouldn't be the first time you had to fly a round trip, and it won't be the last. Strange, you didn't notice the man's pants aflame, though. So once you return from the hardware store, untuck your tail from between your legs and prepare the adapters for installation. Then just make like a 1960s dance craze and start twisting. Then just grab the Alberta all-16ths and cross-thread the two ends together. Repeat this step for the other hose until your confidence is eroded so badly it looks like a hoodoo. Then it's back downstairs to await your fate. So now it's time to turn on the water, and you figure you probably have a slim to none chance of success. But you decide to start fumbling with the valves anyway in the hopes that blind luck will save the day. Like that time you downed a 6-pack of silver bullets downtown with some ladies and managed to casually puke beside yourself while walking mid-stride without them noticing. You don't choose the things you're proud of. Once the water's back on, head back upstairs to see if the repair was a success. And she's leaking. Time to retrace your steps in the hope that you'll find your dignity somewhere along the way. Too late, it's gone for good. No big deal, just pump the brakes and install the seal you forgot before throwing the remaining parts over the fence into your neighbor's yard. And just like that, you got yourself a new spout. Just play it cool and hope the water evaporates before your girlfriend gets home. Oh, no you don't. Like, favorite, subscribe.